Kids asleep, sharks awake. Trade daddies on the mic. Let's work. Let's work. Rent your hand by daylight, grease on the sleeves. Nightfall, switch lanes, candles and degrees. Blue collar mornings, markets after dark. Teaching wealth in the shadows, lighting up the charts. From the shop to the screens, breaking cycles, no cap. Turn patience into profit, show the roadmap. Education first, yeah, the mission stay clean. Built on discipline, modern Canadian dream.
Daddy time, late night grind. Shots glow while the world unwinds. Trade daddies, yeah, we break it down. From higher highs to support and bounce.
OG in the game, seen bubbles and pain. Hands wrapped tight, both gloves and gains. From the ring to the feeds, pressure don't shake. Market swings heavy, steady moves get made. W3 BC built, yeah, the vision clear. Teach and entertain, make the lesson hit here. Punchlines land like a clean left hook. Market speak when a trader looks. After bedtime, headphones on, screens glow bright. Risk defined, patient tested every night. No hype trades, only structure and plans. Read the flow, understand supply and demand. Not promises made, just skills passed down. So the next generation builds solid ground. From dads to traders, lessons stay true. Knowledge is power, now pass it through.
Who runs the charge?
Trade daddies,
Who breaks it down?
trade daddies.
Risk, reward, discipline.
Let's get it.
Who runs the charge?
Trade daddies,
Trade daddy. Who breaks it down?
trade daddies.
Trade daddy. Risk, reward, discipline.
Let's get it.
Daddy time, late night grind. Real talk for the trading mind. Trade daddies after dark. Read the market, play it smart.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah.
Yo. Let's go, Train Daddies After Dark. We're here starting on episode 1 again because we just rebranded, and Trade Daddies is the one. It's so funny. We're in a space on the Web3 Breakfast, and as a joke, I mentioned Trade Daddies, and as soon as the words left my mouth, I'm like, "Fuck, that sounds good."
Like that, no, it's like too good to not do.
Right?
It makes perfect sense. We're both fathers. This is the late night. Our kids are asleep or close to it, at least. I know my wife's handling bedtime tonight. But yeah, it's good to hang out with you. Getting into some trading. We'll check out the market, see if there's anything moving. I know we're going to get in some stuff. We're going to learn some things, which is really important. We'll have some fun doing it. Talking about like EMAs and maybe some stochastic indicators.
We're gonna get real nerdy with it.
Well, that's good. Like we need, like, look, this is fantastic. Like, okay, like, so you've got an exchange partnership. I've got an exchange partnership. I'm just launching. I've got like a few days left on like a sign up bonus thing with what I've got going on, but I'm doing $1,000 to $10,000 trade challenge. And so far I've only done one trade. It was yesterday. It was like, I don't know, like 25% or whatever, like $100 trade. So I made $25 on the first trade. And so we're up. I was watching my daughter doing a bunch of stuff today, so I didn't get the opportunity. But what I was doing was really doing some research. And I want to talk about this in a little bit about using like the SMAs, because I use a lot of different indicators and I've never really paid too much attention to it. But interesting what I found out. So we can get into that in a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, the indicators really help. Or like you got it's. I always like talk about trading kind of like it's like poker, right? Like, but the difference with all the indicators is like knowing like a card in everybody's hand. So it's a little bit of extra knowledge, and just to give you an edge. There's no perfect trade. Like they're never always going to hit a trade. Like every trading pattern has a percentage of success and failure. But yeah, man. So it's we'll get into it. We'll look at the markets. Before we start, I gotta ask: do you do like this? I'm terrible at doing this. I rile up my kid right before bed.
I'm like,
see you, wife.
I was like giving her like the other night, like I ran I ran out and I was grabbing something, and then I stopped at the gas station and I got a pack of like the Nerd Gummy clusters. And it's like 8:30. I'm like, I'm like, hey Jay, you want some candy? And then it's like, yeah, oh yeah, just start going bonkers off the ceiling. I'm really good. Dads are really good at that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
I started my career out as an uncle, and as an uncle, you got to do that shit. And then it
you're the
just
cool uncle. Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, no, my wife must hate it, but it's yeah, man, we're just like playing like crazy, and she's like so wired. I'm just like, see ya, I gotta go to my show.
Gotta go work now. Have fun.
All right, let's take a look at these charts. The markets have been so bad, it's causing me to start drinking again. So we're gonna crack
cheers.
a
Yes.
bevy on the stream. We got a now. I'm not a huge beer drinker, but this is a hard lemonade. So
Okay.
cheers. Can you see it?
I got a Miller Lite Tall Boy. Let's get
Cheers
it.
to you, brother.
Cheers to the chat. Let's see really quick. Over on X, I got Midas and Curtis Gore. What's up, brothers? Hope you guys are doing well. Cheers to you both. I gotta open up the
As
chat.
the French Canadians would say, "Salut."
Salud. I think Italians would be Gindan. Salud.
Speaking of Italy, did you guys see on X like the armed robbery on the highway in Italy? It was like it's like watching like James Bond or something.
No.
These guys like held up the highway. They blew up like with explosives a money truck, and they were able to get up there. Yeah, they got money. Nobody got injured. Nobody died. They were able to get the money and just take off like crazy.
That's absolutely wild. You know, there was I did see like a headline for a thing and a little video clip of like a high-speed chase. I think this was in California, and this guy, I don't know if he was just driving that fast or what the story was, but he stopped at the gas station and filled up his tank.
Hey man, you get
like the chopper, the news footage is just like this dude coming to the gas station. He's like, he's got a hat on, he's got his shirt up like this. He fills up his tank, like filling up the tank. It's not like he just put in a couple bucks and then ran. Like he put this thing in there and just let it go.
Like something that happened in Florida.
Yeah, Florida man.
Yeah, Florida man feels his tank. You can just imagine the chopper be like, "Oh man, he's paying way too much for that gas. Should have gone over here."
Did he just put in premium?
All right, let's take a look. So,
yes,
nasty dumps in the market. So we're on the weekly here. We'll break it down. We'll start from the big time frames and work our way down. We've talked about this on the last couple episodes. We saw the breakdown. You'll start to see this on a downtrend, just like you see bull flags on the uptrend. You'll see bear flags on the downtrend. So, rising wedge, bear flag, however you want to put it. That's what happens, and we take our measured moves down. You usually go from the bear flag to the top of the pole, and you hit it perfectly. Like,
look at this thing. Wow.
I don't know, man. I don't make the rules. It just happens this way. And you go from the breakout, and we hit
the yellow line at the bottom.
The yellow line is the 200-day moving average on the weekly.
Okay.
Now, historically, this is what I'm watching right now. I'm watching that weekly. I'm gonna actually go to the Binance chart. This is the perp chart. So BTC USD we'll go on Coinbase. Just because I want a longer history, the perp chart stops at a certain point. So you see the same thing. You see the bear flag on the weekly and our dump down, and then the same thing touching that 200-day moving average. We tagged it when we hit 59,000. We just tagged it. So what I'm looking for now is like, I'm bottom hunting. We know we're in a bear market. I don't think anybody's arguing that point now. I hope not. We have, even if it's a small bear market, because remember in 2021 we had everything came down. We had like a 3-month bear market, and then we went back up. Sorry,
this is the weekly, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm looking for now is the 200-day moving average on the weekly to lose it. We tagged it now, so that the next step would be to lose it. So we're probably going to make another bear flag, in my opinion. So we'll probably trend up for the next couple weeks and then dump down again for the next even month. It could be a month. It could be another month and a half, like that. We can start trending out somewhere around March. But what I'm looking at is, see here, when we finally lost that 200-day moving average last bear market, that's when we start to really go towards bottom. But the first initial wick down, the first drop down was kind of around like the same time. Like in let's see here, the first drop down was in January of 2022, and that market was again, we're kind of at the top right now. So that was a 52% drop. We dropped 52%.
Damn.
Right. So when we went to, I think 59 or 52K or 59K, that was a 52% drop.
Huh.
So we
You think
had
that was
that.
the bottom?
No, I don't think that was the bottom. What I do think is that's that first leg down, and what you're probably going to see now is this
This little flop and grope.
well, you're probably going to see the next bear flag form on the weekly here, right? So you're probably going to see something like this form on the weekly. Again, I'm not going to draw perfectly because we need
Right.
we need more
Range,
candles below.
roughly range there.
I'm just going to give a general idea, depending on if we go to the wick or not. I'm just going to go to the wick just in case.
Uh-huh.
So we can make something like that, and then head down, and the next leg down would probably bring us to 47,000, right?
Dude, 48 levels. We've been talking about that shit for a while.
Exactly. But you have to, in a downtrend, you just keep making these flags and until they stop forming. And when they stop forming, that tells you the trend is changing. And that's kind of what you saw here. Like you saw when we went for the last leg to the bottom, we made another bear flag, we came down and we went sideways. Then we had a huge pump up. And you can even say like we made an inverted head and shoulders, head, shoulder, and we pumped up, and that was it. That was the bottom of the market, below the weekly 200-day moving average. So if you're bottom hunting, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that 200-day moving average. I'm looking for us to lose it. So the next leg down, I believe we hit 59K. We wicked to the 200-day moving average on the weekly. I believe we will fill that wick and come back to it. So you're probably seeing this right here, and then the next, probably around spring will probably come down, and then summer will be flat. Summer's always flat in crypto because everybody goes on vacation, so it's kind of slow, right? And it makes sense in a bear market for it to be slow.
But it's not the same anymore. That's the thing, right? It's like institutions don't take summer break with their kids. I mean, yeah, they go to the Hamptons.
They do. Like even in the bull market, like this summer was kind of slow, right?
Yeah,
it didn't really pick up till, like, if you think of 2024, things didn't really pick up till November, December, and the end of
that's a good point.
year. And the same thing, Q4 of 2025, we had the top. Like I remember when we were at the Bitcoin conference, like things were rallying up, and then after that, after August, it was kind of like slow until November or October. I mean, so that's kind of what, if you're looking at the overall trend, like the big picture here, like this is totally zooming out. This is what you would be looking for. Again, I would be so what I'm doing is every time we make a bear flag and we start the leg down, that's where I start buying in spot. Every time we catch these big moves down, I'm buying all the way down. I won't buy here when we consolidate, because there's no point of buying consolidation especially if I anticipate us coming down. Again, you do you. That's my strategy. But when we get down to here and we get down to the $47,000 level, I'm gonna start buying aggressively. I'm gonna start really upping my buys, and just every week I'm just gonna be buying as much as I can. Like the profits I take is gonna get rolled back into Bitcoin. Yeah, and because we don't know where the bottom is, but the bottom is gonna be somewhere beyond this 200-day moving average on the weekly, somewhere below. I don't know how low we go. Do I think we get another 70, where we had a 77% drop from top to bottom in 2022? I believe it was 77.75%. So if we're somewhere around there, I don't think we're going to have that much of a drop, but I can say maybe like 75 brings you to 30,000.
Damn, I heard a lot of people talking about 32, man. Man, it's these numbers, it's so funny how they all align. You know what I mean?
I honestly think 35, 40,000 would be like pretty close to the bottom. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be the perfect bottom, but I'm pretty sure, like, I don't see a world where we don't see 40K. That was my base case, and again, it all depended on where Bitcoin went, and 126K as the top. That 40K level is higher. And to be honest, if you think about it, the bottom we hit the bottom at 15,000 last cycle. And if our bottom is 40K, that's pretty good. Like the bottoms are going up pretty good. So if you're buying bottoms, like you're doing pretty damn well every 4 years. Like you technically never lose profit. You're doubling your money every 4 years.
Every time. I mean, what is the it's well over 100% every time every cycle, right?
Absolutely. In traditional stocks, I believe they say it takes about 7 years to double your money. And here in crypto, it's happening. If you're buying at the bottoms, you're doubling your money way more, but before you even hit the post halving year, you're getting huge returns. So there's nothing that beats it. It is volatile, but volatility, in my opinion, for crypto is like not an asset. What's the word? It's a feature, not a bug.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you make money. Like
That's how
you
you-
don't
I mean-
get this volatility in traditional stocks. You can't make that kind of money.
Yeah, especially if you can train yourself to understand it and recognize what are happening. Absolutely. And that's why, look, I'm excited. I'm excited to get and start trading again on a more consistent level. Just staring at charts. We got to get back in the trenches, man. This is when it happens.
I'll be honest with you, looking at the charts, like has helped me to take profits this bull market, because I start to understand when I should be taking profits and when I shouldn't. Again, I'm not perfect. I could have done it way better. Like I learned from previous mistakes, but again, I did better than I did in 2021, and I anticipate, the next cycle to do better than I did this cycle, right? But without having that at least basic knowledge of the charts, it's going to be really hard to understand, because everybody just wants, like, price go up. Everyone's like, all horny about, the price. And it's like, they're starting to not think about, like, taking profits. They think it's just going to go up, and then you get caught. What's the saying? I think when the tide goes out, you see you swimming naked, kind of thing. And that's exactly what it is, because, you get emotionally attached to your bags, and everything's going up, and in a second, in a day, you can go up. Like, look at October 10th, right? In a day, you can like go to a crazy number that you didn't think you were ever going to see again. And you did. Like, I just told my wife, I look at Cardano. I'm like, Cardano is lower than my entry price in 2022.
I haven't even looked at. Let's look at the Cardano chart, man. I haven't looked at Cardano in so long.
Let's take a look. Yeah, so I bought Cardano at 26 cents in 2022, and it's just like it's back here. I can't believe that it's back here again.
Wow. I mean, that's its floor. So it should feel like everyone should feel good knowing, like, I mean, there's always the possibility that it goes even lower. But the problem with that, man, is if that floor drops, dog, you ain't gonna stop until you see probably that level at like.
But it is gonna look at the wick. The wick came to 21 cents, which is lower or just above the previous bear market low.
Wow.
So
dude, that's crazy.
We basically tagged it. So I got in Cardano right around here. Like honestly, like I basically timed it perfectly from the bottom. Like I got in there 26, 27 cents at the end of 2023, like November 2023.
Is there any merit to like kind of scrunching this down a little bit and drawing a line from the high in 2021 to where we see kind of the 2025 peaks?
Yeah. You know what kind of looks like to me? It's starting to shape up. Could it be like a
Bart
cat ears or Bart Simpson pattern?
Yeah.
Which is kind of scary. Like, is Cardano Cardano this is what people don't understand. Cardano could die. I don't know. I like, just because Charles Hoskinson is doing it, like this market, like how many times have like, if you guys have been here for multiple cycles, how many coins actually made it back? Like,
I want to know what's the emphasis on Midnight? Like, is Midnight gonna just like, is that the new project to replace Cardano because Cardano's never gonna win?
Honestly, like, I have no idea. I haven't looked into Midnight.
That's like his thing, isn't it?
That's what everyone's talking about. So this is one of two things. No, this is a descending triangle. I was going to say it's maybe a big long bull flag, but no, flat bottom, multiple touch points. This is a descending triangle, and if that's the case, you're looking at
years of pain, years of fucking pain.
I don't know, man. It can get to levels where, like, I don't know if people will actually want to invest into it anymore. Right? Like 1 cent.
Does anybody want to invest in it anymore?
Like, you might be watching the last pattern Cardano ever makes before it flatlines.
That'd be crazy, right? Because you would think, like, man, there was so many years and so many opportunities and a lot of bright people. I just don't know where it would have gone wrong. I think the problem may be, and it's like he did it all through like peer review. So Cardano was slower to get things done, but it all worked. It wasn't broken, but it worked. It's a scientist way. They're all engineers. They got to like measure 10 times and cut.
But the problem is you're in a race because crypto is so new that you needed. First of all, you got to get the attention, you got to keep the attention, and you got to just build. Like, look how
You
many
gotta ship.
people are building shit that breaks, whatever, but they fix it on the fly. Like you said, like you say all the time, building the plane as it's flying. But like, that's how you're supposed to do a company. Like, entrepreneurs go out there and take risk, and they learn how to fucking figure it out as they go, right? Like, that's how it's supposed to be. So I think he went too slow, and like, now the market's here and there's all these new things, and like, who wants to touch Cardano anymore? And to be honest, what does Cardano do other than
There's
just
not a
staking?
single app that anybody uses.
Everyone talk. What was the big talk about? Oh, there's this much total liquidity locked in. Okay, great. People are locking. What is it doing? What problem in this world is it solving? Nothing, right? Like, at least Ethereum is a whole entire ecosystem. Think so many things are built on Ethereum. So many things are built on Solana. So many things are built on Avalanche. What the fuck is built on Cardano?
There was at one point. I'm gonna look this up right now. I'm opening up DeFi Llama for a TVL for all chains.
Yo, what's going on, Mike Lowry?
What's up, Mike Lowry in the building? Let's go. Let's see. It's just taking a second to load, but I remember like at one point, someone was challenging him. I like to make jokes on social media about different blockchains and stuff, and it was a Cardano one, and someone had gotten back to me about TVL, and I looked at the TVL, and at this particular moment, I believe it was Pulse Chain had more TVL than Cardano did. I was like, dude, mic drop. Like, we're done here. Okay, like I don't want to hear it.
But even so, like, I like Charles Hoskinson. I like the whole story with Ethereum. I liked that code was law for him when they had the Ethereum hack, and I believe that that it should have. I'm on Charles' side where they shouldn't have rolled back the blockchain on Ethereum.
Right.
It should have just gone from there. I do not agree with what Vitalik did and roll back the blockchain, because that goes against the whole ethos of crypto, and that's why I really was rooting for Charles. And it sucks, you're seeing Gavin Wood and Charles, like, both their coins are garbage, right? Both the coins did like literally nothing, and it kind of sucks, but that's what happens when you just go by speed, right? You got to get out there and be the first mover.
You can't, you couldn't wait to be perfect. Now look, okay, here it is. Here's on default. It still is. Pulse Chain still has more TVL by $16 million than Cardano does. Insanity. Wow. That's insanity.
But like, are people still gonna hold Cardano as it like drops and drops and
okay,
drops?
So I had this.
This is my worry. This is my worry about this market. Like, altcoins never went to their all-time highs, but Bitcoin is still going down. Where's the bottom for altcoins now?
Oh man, certain ones like that, like who knows, right?
Scary.
You think, I mean, there's going to be some coins that just unfortunately don't quite make it. You can pull your chart back up. I just wanted to show you that list of the
what's
TVL
going
stuff.
on, Annabelle?
Oh, Annabelle in the building too.
My fellow Canadian.
There you go. All
right, so Cardano, dead coin. Let's find out.
I think that it is, and I think unfortunately, like, and I know people that are invest in it, whether it's heavily for their portfolio, whatever it may be, and I just feel like you take the L on it, right? Put that money into Bitcoin. It's gonna come back more than Cardano will.
Yeah, Cardano like Cardano's top was mind you, with a lot of other altcoins, was November of 2024. That was as high as they went, right? And Cardano hit $1.18, which is almost a full dollar off its previous all-time high. Does it come back? Could it be like a Solana, where like nobody wanted to touch Solana after FTX? Then all of a sudden, Solana did crazy numbers if you got in around those bottoms. So you know what? If you want to play the Cardano game, if you want to play the altcoin game, please, for the love of God, don't do it now. Just wait for it to hit a bottom. Right? Wait for Bitcoin to hit a bottom and get to a point where we know that we've had a clear bottom, and then look at getting into your altcoins. Because wait for Bitcoin to start its new uptrend, then get into altcoins, because you're still, even if they're never going to see all-time highs again, there's still going to be money. There's still money to be made, because Bitcoin will drag the entire market up with it. Right? So don't buy your altcoins now. I don't recommend buying altcoins on the way down, because you're going to be waiting a long time, if ever, to realize those gains or make profits on that. Whereas you can make profits on Bitcoin because you know Bitcoin's going to go up. Therefore,
That's why,
and you roll
like,
some into altcoins.
and listen, and not everybody should be trading, and it's not for everybody, and we know that, right? And there's people who listen. I've blown up accounts. I've done some really good trading and all that stuff. And you got to have your risk tolerance, and you just have some strategies put in place, I think, and you'll be doing a little bit better. But that's a good way to capitalize on the market, irregardless of the direction, right?
Yep.
Is you just learn to trade, like learn. And I'm going to bring something up in a little bit here. I'll show my chart that I was looking at with, not only is it a couple of the SMAs, but it's also the VWAP indicator. And it's not the full leapfrog indicator that I run on TradingView, because I was looking at this on BitUnex. But it's the whole idea of, I tell you what, man, if you could probably get yourself into a couple scalp trades. And I back tested this throughout the entire day today. I was watching it kind of, when I could, and then, kind of going back and looking towards the tail end of the day, like, okay, I see what's happening here. Is that you're just kind of the flow up and down. And when there's some gaps in between the SMA and the VWAP, like I've been saying the VWAP is like a magnet, but I feel like this 50-day is kind of like the same thing, especially on the 15-minute time frame. So really good possibilities to get some quick scalps. And so we'll pull that up in just a minute. But
Absolutely.
I know we wanted to talk about that, as well as probably that versus what, the stochastic.
Yeah. So what we'll do is so I'll bring up that 15-minute chart. 15-minute. Here we go. Okay. So I believe what you were tracking was today.
You want to here? I can pull mine up, because you could see like throughout the day, like all the spots where.
All right. Let me bring up your chart, and we'll bring it up.
All right.
You're on TradingView, right?
No, so for this one, it's I wrote this one. I was doing the stuff over on BitUnex while I was looking at the trade.
Okay.
We'll just look it for a second, and I'll pop it off just so I can explain it. Just
cool. So the 50-minute on for me here, let me just confirm the color. 50-minute would be my purple. The 50-day, sorry, is my purple line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it a little thicker so we can easily see it. Okay, 15-minute, and we'll look at today is the 11th, right? 9, 10, 11 on the 15-minute. So here we go. There we go. This day started right around here.
So like in all those points, and like even if you want to like back test it into yesterday,
so
right?
Are you talking about the 100-day or the 50-day? Because I'm seeing the purple line. It goes above the purple line. Okay, so you're just tracking this, like bouncing off.
Yeah. Like that's
okay.
Bouncing off that, and like even when it goes down below. So like even go to like last night, right? Where you see like where it started to like I like to call them like whale mouths or pelican beaks or whatever, where like it started to drop when everything was together about 21 or 2200 last night, right about right there. Just go kind of like straight down.
Right here?
Nope, to the left. Yes.
So this is the 10th. Yes, yesterday.
Right. So like last night, like when it started to dip down, you see that separation that it made off the 50.
Yeah.
Well, what does it do? It fucking goes right back to it. And then even if it goes up, great, it goes up. But then watch what it does again. It goes back down. What does it do? It gets a little breathing room, and then it pops back up. And it goes up and down throughout this all day. Yes. And like I'm going to check more days. I'm going to check different time frames and see. But I feel like that is the potential to really have an advantage on a couple scalp trades throughout the day. Like when you find yourself in a different a level off of that 50, put in a short to catch back to it, put in a long to get back up to it.
See, this is it's nice to have like multiple perspectives. See, I see it a little differently, but I do see what you're talking about. And I've shown you guys this before too, is like when you're on the downside, when you can draw a circle between the moving averages, you're usually at close to a bottom, and you're more likely to revert back to the upside. And that's exactly what happens. Same thing on the uptrend. When you're going in an uptrend and you get too far, the moving averages start to spread out a bit, you're going to come back to down, or when you're on an uptrend. Now you see the stochastic RSI here. So we're at the top and we bounced off. So we know that we're so overheated here. Eventually we have to come down. This could have been it, but then, and we did. We came back to the neutral line and went back up. So, right, if you look at the RSI, the stochastic RSI, because the stochastic is a lot more sensitive than the normal RSI. You see this right here, and you look at price action, we know that we're gonna come back down. So if you're looking for short, you're looking for this to start curling down, and then you could have caught again. You could have lost this trade. You could have taken this. Oh, we're curling down. Boom, get in the trade. Lost this trade. Put a stop loss. Keep your stop loss tight, and then fine, you lost the trade. But if you did it again, you caught this trade. You caught this entire move. Catch it on the bottom. When it starts to curl back up, get out. Right. So you're right with the moving averages, but if you use this with the stochastic, because it's like a catching that wave exactly, you can find the momentum and know when you're gonna like for example, we hit the bottom. If I want to look for a long, I'm like, I know we got to reset, we got to come back up at some point. We have the RSI and the stochastic low. Eventually we're gonna come back up. So I can put my stop, like wherever we find the low, I can put my stop loss like right here, right? And then get in a trade, and then you could have ridden it all up, and you would have never been in the red.
Right.
So what I'm seeing here, like you see the 50-day, I see the 200-day, because my model is the 200-day and the 21, and all I see here is 3 times that we got rejected by the 200-day moving average.
So that means we're still the bears are still in control.
Below the 200-day moving averages, shorts pay, and again, if we were to flip this chart upside down, it would be above the 200-day moving averages. Longs will play out, right? Same idea. So I'm just seeing price getting squeezed. Moving averages are getting tighter, as you can see. Like here, the moving averages are all starting to get tight. So we're gonna have an inflection point at some point. So these moving averages, the 200-day moving average is trending down. These ones are trending up. They're all gonna converge at some point.
And according to our earlier thesis, we should see a minor relief catch us in somewhere into the 70s, and then from there we've continued to plunge back down, right?
Possible, yeah. Look, we could, again, this is the 15-minute, right? So it could come down and then something could play out. So like we can have something like this. This is a rising wedge. So that's a potential possibility for, a little bit of downside. So like just using the 15-minute won't give you that all the information. Like you want to, the 15-minute, I believe, pairs with the 1 hour. So we'll look at the 1 hour, and the 1 hour looks to me like stochastic is high, RSI is around that neutral line. So looks like it's kind of bouncing off here. So can we have another little leg up? I probably can see if we are going to go to the upside and getting up and getting rejected by the 200-day and then coming back down.
Which is at what, like 70?
The 200-day moving average is 69.7.
Okay.
So I can see that happening. The top is rounding. So we don't like rounded tops, right? The top is rounding here, and it looks like we've started a downtrend.
Oof, rounded tops, man. Yeah. We know what rounded bottoms do, but rounded.
So you got to make sure, like, use multiple time frames to like if you have an idea, I'm like, hey, I see this happening. What is the other time frame telling me? Because the 15-minute will happen first, but the overall trend, the 1 hour will show, and then 4 hour, and so on and so forth. So we are rounding here. So like this is why I'm still thinking we're going to come back to meet this wick at 59,000 eventually. I think the 1 hour is making a rising wedge or a bear flag here. So we could trend up a little bit more, back up to 68, 69, and then eventually just kind of roll over.
Take that fall back down.
And that's back down to 65. I know in my trading group book map, liquidation map shows all the liquidations. 65 is in play, and 63 is starting to get a lot of liquidations showing up there too. So that's kind of where I think we're going. But yes, on the 15-minute, yeah, you find the system that works for you, and exactly what you did. You back test it.
Let me ask you a question. Based on this model with this wedge, you probably would want to get, if you were going to think about putting in a short. I mean, obviously it's anybody's fucking guess. Like, and this market is kind of wild and slightly unpredictable. Whatever, you could have a scam wick to the north. But the whole idea is, if you wanted to get in place to put in a short to catch that next leg down, what would be kind of like your zone?
So what I'm going to look for, is my rising wedge to start looking like it's gonna break.
Yeah.
You might have something like where it'll come here, it'll break, it'll kind of come back up to retest, and then like bearishly retest, and you
Yeah.
can get in on the retest and put your stop loss just back into the pattern,
Yep.
and then you write it down. Or you can just go straight down. So depends how you want to trade it. If you how conservative, how risky you want to be. If you want to be aggressive, you get in now and you put your stop loss above the pattern. So if it breaks to the upside, you're out and invalidated it. But again, it's risky because you're front running it. So I map out my setup, and I like to wait for it to break, and I also like to go and look at the RSI and the stochastics to tell me, are we overheated? Like if for example we're breaking out of this pattern to the downside, but stochastic and RSI are at the bottom, I'm like, we're gonna come back up. Like I don't see how, like, even if we have a move down, are we gonna have a sustained move down to my target? Unlikely. But if this, like right now, I have stochastic at the top, RSI at the neutral line, lots of room to move down.
Hmm.
So that tells me that we could still come up here. The RSI can start coming up here. We can bounce off this stochastic and come back up, a little higher, get a little more overheated, and then eventually come down. And yeah, I definitely see that happening. That makes sense to me. Like when I put all the things together and it tells me, it's like telling me a story, right?
Right.
I'm forecasting what I think is going to happen based on all the indicators at the same time. And then same thing with the MACD. The MACD is still in the green, but if these things start to lose momentum, we know it's going to start going into the red. So like when if the MACD starts flipping bearish, that's like all these things together will tell me that yes, we're going to go down. And again, that 200-day moving average, right? That 200-day moving average, we get another rejection. We've had how many rejections off it now? We tried to come up to it once, twice, three times, and just every time it just gets lower and lower and lower and lower.
Yeah.
So that's the 1 hour. The 15-minute can play out differently. You can definitely get some scalps in and out. Smaller time frames are how you get the scalps. Longer time frames are more for like overall trend. But in it, like I got a trade today. I did a quick little trade today. Saw a little rising wedge. Got the move to the downside, and then got the move to the upside. It was actually I saw a ascending triangle, and got a little move. 1 minute in and out, big little scalp, and that was it, done. But like when you're in the bear market, for me at least, I'm going to be looking at longer term time frames now, because who knows where it's going to go, right? Like it could go up, it can go down. These market makers are going to want to get as much money as they can in getting these people's liquidations. So like you might be right. You set up your trade like, I believe it's going down, but it'll stop you out first and then it'll go down.
I hate the stop loss hunters, man. Stop loss hunters are a real deal.
And that's the thing, when you have a model, like I have my model with the 21-day moving average of 200, I can lose 6 out of 10 and win 4. And those 4 will outpace all my losers because I have like a risk management with my stop loss. Bits of Wealth, what's going on, brother? Long time no see.
Oh shit. Yeah, there he is. Yes, Bits of Wealth, new series. This is Trade Daddies. Welcome to Trade Daddies. Smash the like button, boys and girls.
Absolutely. Speaking of Matthew on my arena chat saying stop loss hunting doesn't happen on VDEX. VDEX does not use dark pool, so like nobody can see what your trades are, but the trades are based on like the Binance chart. So if someone stop hunting on Binance, it's going to show up on the chart, right? So your specific stop losses aren't there, but like, to be honest, no one's hunting my stop loss. No one's hunting your stop loss. They're going after whales, bro. like,
darn it, Mike.
If you feel targeted, it's not the market, it's you.
Yeah, well, if you feel targeted, it's probably because you did the same exact thing that a lot of other people did, and that's why the liquidation level was right where it was. Because like it always goes right to it, right? And you think like most people will get in like it's around the same time, like when the action is happening. And with that same kind of leverage, and that's what they're going after is like, 20, 25x leverage. And that's what they'll stick it right to there. But that's why one of my favorite moves of all time is to get your order ready, right? And then figure out where your estimated liquidation level is. And then just put your order like right around there and you just sit and wait and just let it hit because it's going to do it anyway. and just fucking let it pick your order up there and then run it.
Absolutely. So I like to be like when I get into a trade, I like to be like there, like managing it. I hate leaving like my trade open, and especially if I'm scalping. Scalping, yeah, I got to be in and out. If I'm in a long term trade, I'm in cross with my stop loss. I've already like mapped out how much I'm willing to lose in that trade, and it is what it is. You let it go. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out. Whatever.
Right.
Bits of wealth. Easy tip for newbies: place your entry where you would place your stop loss. You know what? You're so right on that, dude. Like so many times I have got stopped out and I'm like, damn, if I just bought my stop loss. So actually it's funny because now with my model, when I get stopped out, when the model flashes again, I just get back in again.
Right.
And that's where it is. Like I can lose 6 trades in a row, but my winners, well, like one trade can take out. Like I've had like last week or sorry, a couple weeks ago, I had the worst week I had trading. I lost like 12 trades. Like it was really bad. Mind you, it was like tight stop losses. So risk management using less than 1% of my portfolio per
Wasn't
trade.
losing much, but it's just
Wasn't losing much, but it was a lot of trades in a row. So it did accumulate, right? But then I had the week after, like this is what you got to stay. Don't let it get to you. Like, because if you just continue, don't let it get you. Like, erase that from your memory, learn your lessons, and then start it and then catch, find the opportunity and catch it again. I had the next week after that, 2 trades wiped out an entire week of losses and ended the week in profit. So, like, just don't give up because your model's not going to be perfect. It's going to fail. Like, but like if you have risk management, you're going to win more than you're going to lose when it comes to your portfolio. You want your portfolio always to be growing, even if it's only a little bit. Protect your money at all costs.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so Bitcoin down. There you go. That's the end of the stream, guys. Bitcoin down.
But it's okay though, right? Like, look, you'll be able to like hit some shorts along the way. We'll find it bottom out. Like hopefully, oh man. I mean, when you think about the timing, it's just really interesting, right? Because we all thought, at the end of last year, February is going to be great. Like we're going to have a solid beginning of 2026 because the end of the year was terrible. We've been on a sliding, on a sinking ship for a little bit here now.
I thought we were gonna have a nice February too, at least like a dead cat bounce. Like what I mean? I thought we were gonna have, mind you, we still could. Like we definitely still could, but yeah, I'm surprised, and I knew it was gonna go down because I knew when I sold I sold the rest of my Bitcoin, or the majority. Like I have a little bit left, but like the last little bit that I was gonna sell in November it's actually when we were in Florida for what were we there for? Or futures? For futures. I sold all my altcoins. I got pretty much out of the market at that point. And I'm like I knew we were in a downtrend. So I didn't expect it to go down this fast, especially to the weekly 200-day moving average. I didn't expect us to hit that quick.
Yeah.
So that kind of tells me that like we could have, a nice bounce.
I think I'm all for
a bounce.
Let's just double bottom off 60 and then roll. Although I do feel like 48 is where we're going. There's another wick. Where is that? It's a green wick, which is really funny, right? Where is this?
Annabelle, do you find BTC movement today have any correlation with the jobs data and rate cuts pushed out further? I don't think so. I'm not really this is my opinion. I'm not a big news person when it comes to the charts. I just focus on the charts because I'll see what's going to happen in the charts. It's just trend. We're in a downtrend. So whether the news happens or not, like it's not just one news thing is going to magically reverse the trend. The trend is the trend.
I would say the only thing that could probably be the exception to that rule is like a U.S.-Iran strike. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, exactly. But again, we were already in a downtrend, so I'm already expecting more down.
But that's good. Usually, contrary to like what people believe, that's good for crypto, though.
I think yes, long term, but I think you'll see gold go up before you see Bitcoin, in my opinion, with that stuff. Because like, who has got all the money? It's the boomers, man. So
we're boomer bucks.
I think you're right. Like, okay, Russia invaded Ukraine. What happened? It started a bear market. Bitcoin continued to go down throughout the entire year. So does that mean, that it's good for long term? Yes. but like I think Bitcoin, if people from Ukraine coming over to Poland, and instead of getting mugged, they just had Bitcoin with a seed phrase they memorized in their head coming across the border with, they wouldn't have got mugged, or like, you know what I mean? Like that's why I like it over gold. But I don't think the world is at the point where they get that yet. We get it, they don't, right?
Oh, dude, I probably would have like cut my hat open and like stitched all the words in there. There's no way I'd try to remember it. Maybe it's like a stressful situation. You might forget a word, have little, just put it inside my hat.
You gotta have like a multi-sig, you and your wife. You have half of the words, she's got half of the words, and it's
No
only
way.
it's only like 6 words each to remember, right?
I love you, honey, but no way.
Ondo is my big buy right now. Does these layer 2 projects make you feel about ETH long term? I think ETH long term is good. Seems like a good buy right now. I am not buying any altcoins right now. There's so much more downside to come. Why would you buy altcoins?
That's a good point.
Like that's
I'm actually
that's my
about the Ondo thing. I've been putting on a couple posts again. So I went to the Ondo summit in New York, and it really caught a renewed sense of excitement about the project. Now, I have taken a lot of questions, and I put out a couple posts that have gone crazy lately. And a lot of people are asking, like, okay, so what's the point of the token? What does it serve? Like, what purpose? And so I'm doing a little bit of research on this. I'm obviously using some of my AI sources to help me get like more articles and more things. It's not like it's not doing it all for me, but my whole point is, and the goal is to go through this and really tighten up my understanding of like what is the point. Because like right now when I think about it is like ultimately it's not like there's no like utility, like you're gonna get free milkshakes at Steak and Shake because you hold the Ondo token, right? Like there's no like utility, and there's no exchange. You're not gonna get money. Like it's not a dividend stock. There's no exchange like that. You're just, I think, an early investor. And like in my mind, what I'm thinking right now is that it's an analogous to a stock where maybe you're not getting dividends, but you're just betting on the success of the company, right? And with the success of the company becomes more activity, a larger, and I would suppose, even if some people call it just a governance token, like it's still, represents the ecosystem there. And they got,
I
US.
think they'll build value on it. You know what I mean? Like you had like, for example, like I'll use Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Uh-huh.
The NFT came out, it was so expensive, but it did nothing until they started doing the event. They built value at like as it went on, as it became popular. They had money to make events and build, a culture, and like host all these cool like fancy events. So it felt like that fancy club, right? And then eventually they had staking, and what is it? They had another token, ape token.
The ape token.
They launched the ape token with it. So they built things to make it seem to be more, I guess, valuable. So I expect Ondo to kind of do the same thing. Like they'll just, whether it's staking or liquidity farming or how.
So 21 shares just announced an Ondo ETF. That was, I think, like it was either earlier this week or it was late last week. There are things that are going to happen. There's a lot of stuff that's, it's with all the tokenized stuff and, assets coming on chain. I feel like, and especially with securities and how they're working, interoperably with now Chainlink. I don't know. There was an article that came out today that, Chainlink is going to provide the data oracles for all the tokenized security stuff.
That's why I bought Chainlink, man. Chainlink I thought was like a guarantee. Like, you know what I mean? When you get into investing, like, man, this like, blockchains are going to need to talk to outside information, and it's Chainlink. There's Chainlink. I think there's one more network that does what Chainlink's doing. I forgot the name of it, but like that's it. There's two.
What is it? It's
I can't remember.
Oh man, Pith.
Okay, so there's two. So like 50-50. You can invest in both. Like there's only two doing it. Like that was kind of like my investment thesis for like investing in the bank stocks here in Canada. We have 5 banks, right? So invest in all the banks and you should be fine because there's only 5. Like, you know what I mean?
You're gonna do all right if you
You're gonna hit one of them.
One of them's gonna hit.
But good, they all do well because only 5. There's an oligarchy here. There's no competition whatsoever, so they're all gonna be fine, right? And they all do. They all pay a pretty, in traditional terms, a pretty decent dividend. They all, pretty much go up and to the right on the chart over time. So like, that's the thing about Canada. When you have oligarchies, you just invest in the oligarch. Like for example, like Enbridge. Enbridge is the gas supplier here in Ontario for natural gas. That's it. That's literally it. There's no other
You only
company.
get one choice. There's just one choice.
That's it. So
Dang, dude.
invest in Enbridge. They pay us like 6 or 7% dividend. The chart, looks pretty much up and to the right when you zoom out, right? So it's pretty like that was my investment. There's no other company, so eventually they're obviously gonna have revenue. But getting back to my point is like altcoins for me are like companies. I look at them like a company. You got to see their revenues, their user base is growing. Are they making partnerships with other companies to do things to make more utility for their token or for the network? So that's where I would evaluate. I would think of it very differently than how I think about Bitcoin.
Yes,
And
100.
then you make your own decision whether you want to invest in it. Do I believe? Unfortunately, in this market, when Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down, and they all go down at the same time, which kind of sucks. So unfortunately, do I think aping into altcoins right now is a good idea? No. If you are, just understand that like you may be waiting a while.
Right.
Whereas
There's a difference. There's a difference between DCAing into Bitcoin and DCAing into old coins that might not ever come back and are going to continue to go down. Like it's a just different ball game.
Yeah, it's just money. You got to wait for Bitcoin to go down because altcoins will have their time. There'll be a time to get into altcoins. Like you want to get Bitcoin now and secure your bag. And if Bitcoin goes up, you can take those profits, roll them into altcoins. There's times to do that. That's how most people do it. Bitcoin tops out, consolidates, and people put their money in altcoins. Altcoins have a little run, and it's back. It's this back and forth game all the time because you're trying to maximize your returns.
Yeah, I feel like the last time we had anything like that was really. The one that we could remember was I feel like November to December of 2024. We had like a nice little run, and that's if my memory serves me correct. That's around the time if we look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, like against the all the everything else. Like we had a nice drop. We've always made that. I'm saying that we're always making that push towards 70, but it was in the 60s or maybe a little bit less, whatever, and we hit. Definitely this little altcoin run and the Bitcoin dominance chart just fucking tanked. And obviously I don't know if we're ever going to hit 70 again. And I think that thesis may get thrown out the window.
But yeah, there's again, nobody's going to time the market perfectly. Everyone says it's time in the market. Like time in the market is better than timing the market overall.
Yep.
But I don't quite believe that because you can, if you learn this cycle, if you learn the business cycle, the debt refinancing cycle, if you learn how the economy works, you can't, again, you're not going to be perfect, but you're going to have a pretty good idea of the seasonality and you're going to do way better than just dollar cost averaging. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. And I'm living proof of that. I bought, and I didn't know where the bottom was. I just bought in 2022. I'm like, okay, like we're at the end of 2022. Like we've gone down X amount percent. And I'm like, I think I'm just gonna start buying here. And I did. Right. That's when I started buying. And I made I made a pretty good amount of returns because I was mostly in Bitcoin this year because I was, again, not because I didn't think anything was going to do well, mostly because I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going to do well. So I'm just like, just put in Bitcoin. I don't know anything else. I'm not smart. Like I didn't do these extremely huge deep dives and all these other altcoins and stuff like that. So I didn't know. I just picked the top 10 cryptos that I know, like, Cardano, Ethereum, yada, yada, yada. Right. And, and then with a small altcoin portfolio, but I stay with Bitcoin because I got burned in 2021, right? I round tripped my Ethereum. Ethereum moved to proof of stake, and then I got caught with the not knowing where the bottom was. So I didn't want to screw around. So I made a lot more returns just buying at the bottoms. Like it doesn't have to be perfect. That's where you're going to make your most money. Like I don't make most of my money in trading, like purpose. It's spot trading. It's the spot swing trades when you buy low, sell high.
Buy low, buy the fear. Sell the greed, buy the fear, sell the greed. It's 100% chance to win.
That worked out so well for me. And I'm like, I'm just trying to tell people like this is what like lock in now to find out, to learn the charts. You don't have to trade, but learn how to read charts and have an idea of like to recognize a trend. And then if you can recognize the trend, you're going to do so much better than just simply dollar cost averaging, because you're going to have a better strategy.
And you get some multipliers. Like
it's the compounding. Yes, exactly.
That's the move. And that's why I'm saying, like, especially like right now when the market's going to be in a drawdown, and who knows how far it goes and how long it takes. But if, as long as you can understand, structure and understanding the cadence of all this stuff, man, it's not as hard if you really just kind of slow down and pay attention to what you're doing and have a fucking plan. That's always the thing, is just have a plan. Get in and get out. Like, don't sit and trade. That was one of my biggest probably regrets of my early days of trading, was forgetting I had to trade in, or just going to bed with one in, having the leverage sweats while you're sleeping. And
I don't like sitting on trades and going to sleep. If I'm on a trade on a shorter time frame, I don't want to go sleep on it. If I'm in a long-term trend, then it's fine, because you have so much wiggle room with your stop loss that you should be okay.
Would you do one of those? Would you try to get into one of those like generational trades where, you catch the bottom, say we go down to 48, you catch that, and then you run that thing, you just keep it in, you keep it on cross, you just keep it in until it's like 160?
So I'm going to try and catch, this is my plan to catch one of those. So if we go back to the weekly here, I showed you that 200-day moving average when we, let me go back to the coin, not the perp chart. BTC USD. I should probably add this to my favorites. So if we look at the weekly here, we lost the 200-day moving average, and eventually we found a bottom.
Point of control, right?
I want to try. Yes, this is the volume of VPVR. So what I want to try to catch is the trade when we come back above. So my model is when the 21-day crosses the 200, and we make a flag and we come back to the 21. That is the model. So you can try to catch it here. So what you can do is you can get it when we cross and we flag out on the 200, touching the 21. You can put your stop loss here. You would have got stopped out here, by the way. So the best thing to do would have been the 21 crosses the 200 and we flag back. So to be honest, the safest trade would have been here.
You miss so much, but I get it.
You do, but like you also catch so much, right? The safest entry would have been, 21 crossed here. We flagged out. We touched it. And this was that 7 months of consolidation, right? No, so that was up here. We come back. We touch here, and then you put your stop loss below this wick, and that's it. You get the whole bull market. So I'm gonna try and catch this. I might even give it a little bit more wiggle room. So like I'll catch the cross and I'll put my stop loss like somewhere like low, like somewhere here where I don't think we're gonna go back again. And I'm gonna try. It might take you might take a couple stabs to get at it, but think about your risk versus reward there. Like,
right,
you lose a couple $100 trying to catch that trade, but like if you catch it and you're riding the entire bull market, like that could be
that's a game changer. 20, those are game
6
changers.
Digits, 5 digits, I don't know.
Yeah, dude, hit that $1 million trade. Let's go.
So it depends on how much you put in. But the cool thing about cross that I've been playing with now is you can go max leverage on cross, and there's no liquidation price. You just put your stop loss. Don't liquidate your whole damn portfolio, but like put a stop loss in something that you're comfortable with losing if you're going to lose the trade. But like there's no liquidation price. So you don't have to worry about these scam wicks, catching you, right? So that's how I've been trading. I've been trading in cross and no more isolated, because I'm not getting these scam liquidation wicks. Just my stop loss, and I could go max leverage and have my margin as little as possible. So I'm really only not losing as much.
When was the last time we had a scam wick? Was it the
October 10th?
I feel like we're due for another one.
Is it more financially safe to get liquidation happen when the new trade put in a new trade?
Actually, no. The drip down to 60 was the liquidation move.
So when it comes, liquidation is not part of my vocabulary the way I trade. I always put a stop loss, so I'm always going to get stopped out. I'm never going to get liquidated. So for me, that doesn't happen. So, but if I play on, even if I'm playing on cross, I'm putting a stop loss. I'm never ever going to liquidation. I only risk a certain amount per trade, um, like usually between 1 to 5%. Sometimes I'll mess around on another account, which is funded by trading credits to be, fully transparent, and that's where I put my cowboy hat on and do crazy stuff. But
Hell yeah,
it's not
dude.
real money, right? It's literally just trying to get in and out on the 1 minute chart with one candle. Like try to, if I make a pattern, get one candle and get out. But
Dude, I'm all for that. Like dialing it up to 200. Here, I'll start
here,
getting prepped and I'll start
all
doing
right,
some watching.
let's look at
Dial it up to 200x. Put it on the 1 minute chart. Look for a big move up or down, and then take the correction.
Let's see if I can find something on the 1 minute here. So we just had like a Bart Simpson and came back down to this liquidity level, lost the 200-day move air. So here we go. If you want to short, we can do this. My model's about to flash on the short. We flip the chart upside down. 21-day crosses the 200. So what we're going to do, and we see the stochastic RSI and the RSI are flatlined on the bottom. So I anticipate us the price to go back up, which is going to show that flag. So my model is 21-day crosses to 200. Then once we have the 200 cross, right, then we have a flag back down to the 21, which makes sense. Price will go up because of this RSI. So now my model is telling me the story that this is likely to happen. So I anticipate price action to do this, come back down to the 21. 21 will come back in the price action if the short's going to continue. Stochastic RSI and RSI will come back up, reset, and then our short will, and then you'll get in here and your short will likely continue if we're continuing this downtrend. That's how I would look at a short on the 1 minute right now. I wouldn't enter yet. I would wait for the flag. So we'll keep our eye on the 1 minute right now. The chart is upside down because I'm a bullishly biased trader. So I naturally like to look at bullish patterns. So I will put it this way so I can see the pattern. So
we wanted to come up to what, like?
So I want to see right now because the RSI and stochastic are really flat. So I anticipate price to go up right now. So right now, if we flip it back the normal way, I expect
67 something.
Yeah, well, probably be back up to the 200-day moving average, or we touch the 21 and just continue down. So we're probably gonna make like if we are going down, we're making something like this. So we'll see if it plays out. Again, this is why you don't enter yet. I'll wait to see how this. I wouldn't enter when the RSI and this, like I wouldn't enter short when my indicators are flatlined on the bottom, because you're more than likely to lose that trade. Now, if the stochastic and the RSI were at the top, and this model's flashing, I'm like, fuck yeah, we're going down, like absolutely going down. So that would be short, and the MACD is starting to flip bullish. So we want to wait for the reset. But again, if we lose that 200-day moving average, you come back to the top side, then the short is invalidated. So just watch that. We'll see how it plays out. And then we'll see if we can find a little entry here on the 1 minute.
Boom. And this chart is still flipped, right? For sure, yeah.
The chart is flipped, yeah. So what you can do, like if you want to enter this trade, I still think we're going to go up. But it would be something like this. You would enter here. You'd put your stop loss below the 200-day moving average, and you would start to ride it up now. And now, because the price is here and you're right at the 200-day moving average, your stop loss, you're going to lose peanuts. You're going to be risking like basically nothing. And if this continues down, like easy trade, right? So what I'm looking for is price to do this, continue down, make a flag, do this, move my stop loss here, continue down, move my stop loss here, and then and then you can continue moving it up into profit. Oops.
All right, we're gonna try to catch one of these, and I'm gonna do it with I'll definitely put it on 200x, and I will only.
Are you doing like isolated?
No, I got it on cross.
Yeah, because one little move and it's like stopped out.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple thousand liquid wiggle room.
Can you do indicators on BitUnex? Yeah, so put the RSI and the stochastic on there so you can see the wave. The force. Oh, sorry. Let's go to Annabelle first. No, putting it upside down really messed my brain. Honestly, like I feel like if you throw it upside down, sometimes it can really give you another perspective. It's actually really helped my trading because I am bullishly biased, and I can just trade my model the same way I would trade it any other day, just by flipping it upside down. The 4-year cycle played out again on the macro with the top peak in October. That should mean we find the bottom. Yeah, pretty much like October, like September, October, November of 2026 this year. We should find a bottom, right? Potentially. I'm looking at May for like that first like wick down, and then coming down more, like probably like flat in the summer. But again, who knows? Like I this is all speculation, right? Nobody knows where it's going to go. We can have our best guesses, and just watch it on the charts every day, day by day. Watch your downtrend. If you're going to short it on both legs. Make your patterns, trade it on the way down. You can long it on the way back up. But the market needs to cool off. Like I've said this on the Web3 Breakfast Show so many times. We've had two different bull runs. For altcoin holders, we didn't have a bull run yet, and for Bitcoin holders, we had an okay bull run. It was not bad. Everybody did okay. It was 760 something % from bottom to top. Like, it wasn't so bad.
A 7x on Bitcoin is crazy.
Well, from bottom to top, like when you go from top to top, we didn't even double. We didn't even do a 2x. So diminishing returns is definitely there. But does it mean it's going to be like that forever? I don't think so. Like nothing lasts forever. So the 4-year cycle will break at some point, but it hasn't yet. Like I have, when you have a certain thesis, you believe a certain thing, and then a good investor will be wrong, and with new data, change their mind. I'll practice interesting point of view. Yes. Okay, so see the stochastic RSI is already back at the top. Yep. So, and this is probably, if you want to enter, I would wait for it to get above or below that 21-day moving average again.
So I got my thing set up 67,544. Like if this thing pumps to what I believe is the VWAP.
So what I'm gonna watch for is the stochastic RSI to start to curl down, and the MACD to flip red again. And then you're catching the starting of think of a wave. You're starting to catch the wave. You get in there, and then you catch that wave. It might be two, 3 candles, and then that's it. So you gotta get in and out on the 1 minute.
DGen, baby, we on that 1 minute. Let's go. Might as well put it on the line.
So let's look at the let me look at the 5 minute. So 5 minutes upside down. So let me flip it up again. Yeah, again, like I still see us going down. Like we make some sort of like a rising wedge, or do we have could have an ascending triangle potentially.
And then your measured move goes to the top of that other those 2 red candles that are side by side, right?
Yeah, like it would just be the width of here, and it would be something like that. So 67,780. It could come back up there. I would wait for the pattern to fill out. Again, stochastic low, MACD's in the red. It's probably gonna flip green. So yeah, we probably have some more upside before the next leg down. Again, the model may not play out on that 1 minute. It may not work. So that's why you don't enter yet. You wait to see if you want to get it. Like you don't want to lose that 200-day moving average. If you do want to get the short in, like now, you would just put your stop loss here, but you're more than likely to get stopped out. But I could be wrong.
Wait for the time to be right. I mean, I like the idea of watching this thing, come back up and hitting the levels. Although it looks like it's
the stochastic's pointing down, so
that's it. That's momentum is going down now, right?
Well, that means the short will play out.
Okay.
Right. Stop loss. So let me see here. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Let me go to VDEX real quick. So I'm gonna put I'm in cross. So I'm gonna go, I don't know, like $30,000 position. We're gonna go stop loss is gonna be below the 1 minute 200-day moving average. So moving, I don't have my indicators on here. Oh, I do have them. So we're gonna go upside down. Alt I on the 1 minute. So stop loss is going to be 67,572. No, not here. On this chart. 67,544. 67,544. I'm not going to put a take profit.
Dude, that's funny. 67,544 is where I have my fucking order.
Yeah, the charts on VDEX is a wee bit different. I'm going to wait for that stochastic. I want that stochastic, the curl over. So say, for example, where can we come to if we go down? So maybe we revisit this liquidity level right here at 67,602. 67,602. So short. Why is this not working? Oh, different numbers. We come back to here. So this is 67,538. Oh no, I'm an idiot. 6749. 67409. There we go. So that'd be like $39, risking $20. That's a little baby position. What if I just full port it?
Yes.
$28 for $92? Yeah, I'll fucking take that trade all day. I made $80 today. I'm not even risking what money I made earlier today.
House money. House money.
Exactly. I love playing with other people's money.
Yo, what is trading daddies? We're the trading daddies.
Maximus bull play, keep your stops tight if you don't get squeezed. Yeah, Maximus, this is like, I do not recommend doing what I'm doing right now. This is not my main portfolio. This is like a funded account with trading points. So like, I'm not trading with real money. Just don't do what I'm doing. We're having some fun. This is not financial advice.
Yeah. Do not
6-7.
Don't max port. All right, so
do not max port. Watch me make like $100. I'm like, oh, I should have max ported.
Should have max ported.
Hi, trading daddies. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
This is daddy time. Crypto after dark. Being degens, doing a little bit of education, having some alcohols, and just vibing.
That's it, man. Vibe coding. We're just vibe coding.
Chat. I'm actually going to start vibe coding next week. Actually, I think me and Mick are going to do some vibe coding. So
nice.
We'll see how that works out. Oh no, I missed a wick. That would have been nice. Now I'm risking double. Oh my god.
Dude, so 60 was it? 67,544. I think it went up to. Where's this candle? 60.
Come on. Yes. No.
I didn't catch my short.
Fuck it. I'm in. I don't
You're
care.
in?
I don't care. This is not how you trade. Again, we're in real quick.
You're in a short, right?
I'm in a short.
Okay.
God damn. I'm down $10.
What? That happened fast.
I believe. Oh yeah. Well, I'm full porting the portfolio. It's gonna move real quick.
Oh, you full port? You did full port.
Yeah, I did. I'm only risking $40.
Okay.
There we go. We're up. Now we're only down $2.74. We're okay. The VDEX chart. Oh, there we go. Now we're up. Now we're in profits. Now I'm gonna watch the trading view chart because the trading view chart's a little bit quicker than the VDEX chart.
Okay.
See, all I need now is one more red candle. I'm good.
And then would you put in a stop loss in the profit, or are you just getting out?
I have a stop loss set. Depending on, I don't want to keep this too long because I'm full porting my portfolio. So I'm not going to stay in here for too long, but now that stochastic RSI is curling down. So now I'm like, okay, like we're in the momentum now. So we're catching the momentum of this move. We're probably just going to come to 67.3, like if we even come there. So now I'm just watching this. Now we're $11 in profit.
There you go.
What I can do is if this move really starts to go my way, I can just put the stop loss in a break even. Can't lose a trade. Just let it ride.
You always got to at least put it in a couple bucks in the profit, so you don't walk away empty-handed.
Yeah, but I mean, like the psychological, like not being able to lose a trade now is huge. Like it actually makes it a lot easier.
That's a good point. Uh-oh, she's reversing. Turn around, you son of a gun.
I don't know, man. The MACD is still losing momentum. The stochastic's still pointing down. I'm not worried here. I'm not too worried yet.
Okay. Now, when you flip the chart, your indicators don't flip, right?
The indicators do not flip.
Okay.
Just the chart. That's why it's kind of nice because I can see both at the same time. Because then if they did flip, it would kind of mess me up. Yeah, I still think we're coming down. Like I see a descending triangle here. Right, we have a clear resistance line on the bottom. Price getting squeezed here. So I think we're coming down. Sorry, no, this is going to go up because we're upside down. Yeah, this is going to pump up to 67.7. Ooh.
Get out.
I'm still holding on to that stochastic RSI.
Because it's pointed down. So that ultimately is like your momentum wave, right?
Yeah, that and also the MACD is like it's turning white here.
What does MACD stand for? Do you know?
I'll have to look it up. I'll have to look it up. I couldn't tell you exactly.
The moving average convergence divergence.
Okay, we're down $25 now. I'm probably going to lose this trade. Should I just long it? I could probably just long it.
It's probably gonna go up and touch those lines at the 67.544, and then from there it's gonna fall down.
Liquidation heat map. I checked it earlier today on Bookmap. We got 65 in play and 63. Ooh, we're gonna get stopped out.
Come on. Let's see, what time is it throughout the world? Do we got any sessions starting?
10 o'clock, 10 a.m. in Japan time right now.
Yep. Singapore's 11 a.m.
I almost feel like I can get like a long in here to hedge. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll put like a long and a short in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just hedge, and I'll just when one lets go, I'll just close the other.
I had talked to some guys recently about it's a trading system, and it's not like an automated bot and all that stuff. It's just like almost like an insurance system that you do where you're using like a prop firm and you're using a centralized exchange.
Mm-hmm.
And you pick a couple directions. Say you have like 7 different accounts running, and you pick 3 long and 4 short, and depending on how like the market works, like your wins like cover up each other and all. It's really interesting. Probably gonna have the guys on the show to talk about it, see if anybody's interested. I think like ultimately, like for you to get set up with this system, and they were showing me like it's just wins, and the guy who developed it, I trust him 100%, like 100% about this. And so maybe get him on the show, because it's like 15 grand if you want to like get this thing started like for real, making money, like a couple G's like a month. You need about 15 to get started.
Boom. See, the stochastic hits again.
Oh, damn.
I'm up $42. I am going to close it.
Close that shit out.
Boom. Done.
Trade daddies.
Stochastic RSI for the win again. I don't think I got exactly. I think I got like $31, $29 because it moves so fast. It's still going my way, but like fuck it, I'm taking it. I'm taking that run. We're up over $100 today in 2 trades. 2 trades that I was in for less than like 10 minutes.
Oh, so now it's really gonna fucking
That's
rip.
really going my way. But I'm not fucking around. Like I got profit. You always lock in profit. I don't feel bad about taking profit. I don't care how much it is. I took profit. My account grew.
Damn, this thing. It missed my order by like.
See stochastic RSI, MACD flipping red, momentum is happening. That's like this. Think of a wave starting. You're on the surfboard and you're paddling on the surfboard and you're catching that move, and you just ride it until it's over.
Ride the lightning,
or until you want to get out. Like you can choose.
Like you did. You got some profit. Now you could, in theory, if you do this and you've got yourself and your system all set up, like you could do larger positions. And so instead of $30, you could make sure that that was, say you're trying to make $300 a day, you could have your position size in there and do what you need to do, right?
Yeah, I did this. So I started doing this because there was like a trading competition on VDEX, and I just wanted to get as much volume as I could. But I started doing a little bit more. I'm like, fuck, this 1 minute thing works. But you have to use all the indicators. You can't just like, oh, I think prices could go up here. No, no, no. You really got to be watching those indicators, like a hawk. Because again, I told you it worked, and you see the momentum, and that's it. The move is over now. Like we're gonna come back up because now the stochastic RSI flatlined again. So that's like, you have to watch it. It does work, but when you're full putting your portfolio, even if you put a stop loss, you're risking more than like a lot of your, like for example, that was $40. So my portfolio here is $1,213. So like 1% of my portfolio would be $12. So on a normal trade, I would only risk $12. So $40 is a couple percent more. So you got to find what you're comfortable with losing. And you can fucking do this absolutely on the 1 minute chart and be a cowboy, absolutely. And you can catch a lot of these moves. But you got to use the indicators, because like if I have a pattern that I believe is going to go down, I have to have all the indicators line up and say the same thing, or else it doesn't make sense.
Right.
So
what's that called? Convergence? No.
Confluence.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got to have confluence with all your indicators.
Confluence. It's all about that. Well, yeah, man.
Hey, do we make a cup and handle here now? Look at this. And this chart's still upside down, so that would be a short potentially. Or we make a double bottom. Actually, speaking of double bottom, it was the Bitcoin chart. I'm trying to see what the time frame it was. The 5 minute. I saw a W pattern, and oh no, maybe it was the 15 minute that we were looking at. Yes, okay. I kind of see like a W. All right.
Yeah.
So keep your eye on that keep your eye on the 15 minute, guys.
You've unflipped it, right? This is normal.
I've unflipped it. So now we're back. We're back normal. We can see on the side here the prices, right?
Oh yeah. Thanks.
So I think we're. I'm just kidding.
So
I think we could potentially make a double bottom on the 15 minute, and then you'd see those moving averages get tight, and then price action will cross that 200, and then hopefully the 21 comes up with it. But yeah, keep your eye on that. That might play out, overnight into the morning. So hopefully in the morning we're like somewhere up here. Maybe we're above the 200-day moving average. So I would keep your eye on that. And yeah, overall, Bitcoin still got more downside to come, but as you can see, there's opportunity in these charts no matter where you go,
right.
Up or down, doesn't matter. You just gotta learn how to find it.
That's what it is, man.
And that's what we're here for.
That's what these sessions are all about. I think this was great. I mean, like, just knowing that there's a lot of different indicators, a lot of different options, a lot of different choices for you guys to be using. But man, I'll tell you what, like it makes a whole lot of sense when you take the time to go through it like we did. I'm feeling a little bit better about these EMAs and the stochastics and the MACD, baby. It's the return of the Mac. Let's get it. The return of the Mac.
Was it like they say like the economy is in a bad spot because like McDonald's was like locking in their price of the Big Mac. That's a gauge of the economy. The economy is so bad that McDonald's has like keep their like rent control for the Big Macs.
Oh man. I know they're not hiring any of the crypto bros. I know that.
I know they're so rude to us. What the heck?
I've been having fun posting those images. Working all different
the different jobs. Oh my god, it's so funny. I saw a video today of like a robot cleaning a washroom, like a public washroom, and like scrubbing the toilets and everything. I'm like, fuck, this thing does a better job than the fucking janitors in public washrooms.
I mean, yes, you're always gonna want the janitor, right? You need a little I don't know, life advice from the janitor to know that that's not what you want to be.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the world needs garbage men. You know what I mean?
You just talking to this robot. It's like, yeah, it's not a good life. I don't
Yeah.
recommend it. It's giving you like life advice or taking a shit.
Oh God. Oh yeah.
You could play battle shits with the robot.
You sank my battle shit.
Oh my god. Yeah, I used to play with that with my buddy all the time. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right, brother. Well, I think that's it. I think we gave all the alpha. We got a live trade in. We showed people how to make some money. Made a little bit of money here and there. Paid for a case of beer. And
There you go. Hell yeah.
And there we go. So we'll
Next-
we'll be back next week. And you know, good luck in your trades, everybody. Just the opportunity's there. You just gotta learn how to find it. And you know, hopefully we can help you do that. And you know, don't keep your head held high, because this is where money is real. The real money's made in crypto. Real money's made now.
Now.
Right? Learning learning these next couple years before we see a new bull run, you know, sharpen your skills, and you'll come out, and hopefully we're the next class of millionaires for 2028.
Crazy to think that we may have a few years until our next major bull run.
That's it. Don't waste it. Learn.
Use your time wisely. All right, fam. Smash your like button and way out of here. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you.